The victim suffered a face fracture, concussion, and 2 black eyes.
Now you're okay. Next time, it's on the video.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna kill a motherfucker.
No.
Straight up.
Coach Greg, in today's video, we're going to be going over the body cam footage of the initial arrest of Wes Watson. And so I've already watched the footage, and you're not going to believe what Wes Watson actually tells to the police. It's as if he thinks that he owns them. I want you to say this, I want you to say that.
And meaning the gym, and that's what...
No, Wes Watson, it doesn't work like that. And they specifically tell him, you went too far. When a man is down, you can't go and kick him. And so if you want to see the entirety of the episode, remember, it's very long, almost 30 minutes. You can go and check it out on John Bravo's channel. He shows it from start to finish. I'm going to be going over the highlights and explaining exactly what's happening.
And he goes to jail, and they measure his height. And wait until you see that one. But this one is going to be long.
And so this is not the only footage that John Bravo has. And so if you want to see the future footage where he knows people are going to call him out for it, we all know he's a liar. We all know he made up how tall he is. He's in 6 feet tall. And so if you want to see that, you can be sure to check out John Bravo's channel. It's blurred out. You can't see his face. Obviously, if you show all the damages that are done, blood and so on, the videos, they get taken down, demonetized and so on. But trust me, bro is not okay.
It happens here once or twice a week. That everyone tries to fight me here because a guy who works here filmed talking shit to me and said I pushed out and didn't fight him because I don't want to fight. Okay. So now they come here all the time trying to fight me.
And so Wes Watson says it happens once or twice a week that somebody approaches him in the gym and asks him to fight. And he also says in the same interview, I don't want to fight anyone.
I would be friends with all these people. I don't want problems. Like I've been telling her, like her ex, like talks shit about me online. I'm like, I'd be friends with the guy. I don't want like issues with nobody. Like I'd be friends with everybody in here. I don't want no problem.
If you actually want to be friends with everyone, why are you inviting and challenging people to fight you in the gym? Perhaps you could say something like this. I want to be friends with everyone. If you see me in the gym, come and say hi. We'll take photos and we'll chat. I am against violence. I'm a reformed man. I'm not about that life. I think that would have a different message. And then if a 7-foot monster approaches you and puts his camera down and says he wants to fight you, you could say, well, look at this. I wrote him a DM and said, hey, let's chat in the gym. I want to be your friend. Let's be buddies. And then when he says he attacked you, you look innocent. But instead of that, you and your friends, you assault the man and kick him when he's done, of which the police literally say you went too far. There is a line. They specifically said there's a line. They gave you examples of how you can't continue. You can defend yourself as much as you want. Hey, somebody starts a fight, you fight. But once you've put them down on the ground, it's over. Now, if they get up a few minutes later and they try to fight you again, hey, it's game on. Wes Watson, he doesn't see it like that. If they're still breathing, you have every right to do anything. He even states in this video that he's willing to do anything.
Now you're okay. Next time, it's on the video.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna kill a motherfucker.
No.
And so when you hear that, and you're, for example, a judge or perhaps a jury, and you find out that that is his attitude, his mindset, do you want him walking the streets? Anyone gets in a little task, a little hissy fit with him, remember, how many of you in the world have never been in any kind of fight? Ever in your life? Pretty much all of us, at some point, we've had a fight. I don't care if it's with your friends, your family, a stranger at the bar, fighting over your girlfriend, a tab, whatever. Eventually, most people, they get into a fight. Imagine if just because you're in a fight and you agree to it, you're allowed to Turk them until they can't breathe anymore. It doesn't work like that. There are lines. Even in the UFC, where they're trained Turkers, these people, they still stop, they tap out, they let them off. Wes Watson saying, hey, how do I know he wouldn't have pulled something out? Perhaps it was a Turkin.
There is always a threat if he's moving. He could pull out a gun, admit it. He could pull out a gun, admit it. I don't know what's in his waistband.
He's telling the cops, I want you to say that it's okay because they could have pulled out a Turkin. No, we're not going to say that. There's a big difference between being assaulted, perhaps being mugged on the street, when you're walking home at 3 in the morning with no cameras present, you're all by yourself, versus a public gym with cameras. There's 50 people around. It's a big difference. And so when the fight's over and you have your buddies with you looking after you, You don't have to continue to kick the man until he's no longer breathing. The cop said, well, hopefully he'll be okay. What if he gets a brain bleed? When the man is on all fours, he's down, he doesn't want to fight anymore. If you continue to kick this man in the face, bicycle soccer kicks, what happens if you go too far? What happens if he can never recover? He could eventually have died, and then you're charged with unaliving someone. Imagine that.
I know, but I don't give a f about the line. I'll literally I'll squish one of their heads. I'll poke their neck in front of everyone. Like, straight up. I don't give a f.
They try to explain to him, look, there's a line. Like, you have to stop. Listen, he says he's getting challenged to fight once or twice a week. Well, the cop's trying to help him. Look, I want to explain the laws. When you have a fight with someone, it's okay. You're allowed. We're in the United States. We're allowed to fight. But when the man is down on all fours, and he's not standing up, you can't continue to insult him. That is a line. A line in the sand that you cannot cross. Wes's response?
I know, but I don't give a f about the line.
If you were a judge or a jury and you knew this about him, what are you going to say? Guilty or innocent? He doesn't care about the line. He thinks that if somebody challenges you, it's a fight to the death. It doesn't work like that.
The victim suffered a face fracture, concussion, and 2 black eyes.
He says, well, how do you know they don't have something in their pocket that they could squeeze and it would end you? Well, you don't, but too bad. You don't just get to end it. At any time, there are people walking around that they could end you. Anytime during the day. You walk through the hotel, I'm here in Las Vegas, I could walk down, someone could recognize me, say, hey, you did a natty or not on my friend and I didn't like it, boom, bammo. And so should I walk around and every person that looks at me twice, I pull out somebody and I kick them when they're down? You can't do that. Even though you're thinking, well, what if? What if? You have to live in this world and you have to play by its rules. One of the rules is you can't kick a man when he's down. It's just how it works. And so just because you think they may in fact do something, you don't have the right to end them. And so if you're walking home from the bars, perhaps you're a little drunk, it's 4 a.m, you're walking back to your hotel, and somebody's following 10 feet behind you, you're not allowed to turn around and point the trigger and end them because you think, well, maybe they might have done something. I don't know. How do I know he wouldn't have done that? You don't. But too bad, you don't get to do what you want. This is what it's like to live in America. There are rules you need to follow. And just because you think perhaps you're in danger doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want.
The other cop was here last time it happened. I talked him out of it. I said, I don't want to fight. I told this guy I don't want to fight.
And so if he really doesn't want anyone to fight him, why doesn't he say to the world, everyone, I don't want anyone to fight. I don't want you to come to my gym, and I don't want you to attack me. I'm not about that life. I'm done. Instead, you egg them on. You're encouraging it. And so when you encourage this behavior and it happens to you, is it not kind of maybe just a little bit your fault? And so, yeah, bro went to the gym to fight him. He has DMs. They were talking to each other on Instagram. And it was an agreed upon fight. But remember, this taller man agreed to fight him one-on-one. And that's where the line was crossed. It was 4-on-1. And once the fight was over, let's assume that that part was okay. 4-on-1, okay, that's okay. He lost. Did he not clearly lose? And you decided to continue to kick him when he was down. That is crossing the line. It's excessive force. It's excessive. And that's why you're going to jail.
You paid a $40 day pass to come here.
I told the fucking guy I don't want to fight. He kept trying to fight me. There's no fucking words other than this. He told me that's fine. And I said I don't want to. And he pushed me.
And so if somebody approaches me and I say, hey, I don't want to fight. And they push me and say, yeah, but I do. Well, I don't. And he pushes me again, and I decide to punch him in the face. I think I have the right to do that. If that man is attacking me, I have the right to do that. Now, but after I hit him 46 times, after he's down on the ground, after my friends have hit him with a weighted belt, pounds, pushed him, pulled out the guy's hair, he's bleeding from the nose, perhaps he's broken, he has a concussion and so on, he's laying there. I can't just continue to attack him and say, well, yeah, but you started it. It doesn't work like that. I can imagine all the parents, the brothers and sisters having a little squabble, and somebody went up to them, the brother, the older brother, and pushes the kid because they took their apple and had a bite out of it. Oh, why'd you take my apple? Or perhaps they took their toy. And they turn around and they punched them 47 times in the head until they were on the ground unconscious. Bro, I don't want that kid. Perhaps we shouldn't have kids. If a kid's going to do that, there's something wrong with them. Maybe they punched them back. Perhaps they pushed them back. And you teach them, is that okay? Is that acceptable? There's lines to cross, and I think that everyone knows that you've crossed the line after you've hit someone 46 times and they're on the ground, and you bicycle kick them after the fight is over. It's simply wrong.
But just so you guys know, and you're good, because when you go to court, the judge is gonna look at that video, and it doesn't. You can defend as much as you want, adrenaline and whatever. They'll be like, okay, well, you have to know when to stop.
Perhaps one of the reasons that Wes Watson thinks like this is he ain't natty. And when you're on abusive doses of testosterone, tren, and so on, it can alter the mind. Perhaps he feels a bunch of rage, he can't control his emotions, and so rather than using and abusing steroids, why not use Turk Builder Max? It's natural. It's not going to cause your testosterone levels to go up through the roof. Remember, it doesn't work like that. It allows you to be normal, and many females have written me, hey, is it okay for me to take Turk Builder Max? Yes, it is. Turk Builder for women, it's even better. Think of it. Women are using steroids. They're slowly turning into a man. They're taking testosterone, especially in higher doses, or even Anavar. Remember, depending on the person, if you're taking 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams, it can actually cause changes, a deeper voice, and so on. You can take as many of these as you want. I don't care how many of these you take. It's not going to turn you into a man. You could literally take the entire box. It won't turn you into a man. I don't suggest you do it. Don't try this. But it won't cause you any virilization. That's important to know. And for men, it won't shut you down. It's not going to slowly lower your testosterone levels. If you cycle on and cycle off, it's not going to affect your testosterone levels. And so give it a try. And remember, if it doesn't work for you, only approximately 80% of people that take this can feel it. Still, 50% notice creatine, 80% notice Turk Builder Max. So it's far better than creatine, but if it doesn't work, money back guarantee and a $20 gift card. And so what do you have to lose? If you're one of the 20% of people that you don't think it's working for you, you're not happy with the product, you get your money back. Head over to the website, code Greg, 15% off. And remember, if it is in fact sold out, which most of the time it is, please click to get notified as soon as it's back in stock so that you get first dibs to get notified so you can purchase it before it sells out yet again. And until next time, I am out.